a lot of economies are dealing with this right now, the haves and have-nots of AI, where it really is kind of dividing the winners and losers and the distribution of wealth. How does Hong Kong, as a financial secretary, how do you deal with this kind of K-shaped economy?
Well, AI training for all. This is something we have to embrace. We need to learn it. We need to understand it, and use it well. Then you will find this is so useful and helpful and make life even more wonderful because you will have more time, not to do the repetitive work, but for you to think and for you to find new opportunities.
How are you using AI now, I wonder?
This is a great
question.
As
a financial secretary, how do you incorporate AI in your work?
I believe the information I gave you, some are from AI.
Why don't we talk about the global supply chain, right? All the companies have been saying that they're under pressure because of component shortage, and memory shortage is going to last all through 2027. Yeah. Are you going to keep raising prices? Or are you going to sustain the prices so that it stays attractive for hyperscalers and for the PC offerings?
Yeah, what's underpinning the shortage today, and the shortage is not just in terms of components, right? I think it's the great demand. It's the AI infrastructure build is probably the greatest infrastructure build in the history of mankind, right? From the Industrial Revolution to the internet era as we're building, and I think we're really seeing a repeat of that, and we haven't seen that in terms of this type of acceleration in the dollar spent. And you're seeing that in equity markets today, companies raising money, and the dollars that they're raising is going to go back into AI infrastructure build. A lot of that will be going towards this area. So I think the prices of components will continue probably to stay elevated, but I think at this point, because there's demand driven, I think that economic as you say, in terms of that, the healthy margin should be able to sustain.
We know the competition for the top engineers is so intense right now. And in the US, we see these headlines where engineers are treated like sports stars. Yeah. They're being traded for millions of dollars or whatever. What is Baidu's pitch to top talent? Like, if you're trying to attract someone to the company, what is it you say to them that makes them want to work for Baidu versus another top tech firm?
Yeah, it's a great question. So let's bring a different perspective. I think, we are a technology company. Previously, I think the priority is we empower our clients to be more intelligent. We give them more technology tools to help them to move from the traditional IT to the cloud environment, such as that. But right now, I think AI, especially for the big corporation like us, also change us as well. We need to think about the cultural change, organization change, not only as an organization and a company, but also how AI empower ourselves. So it's actually equally important to do something for client versus think about the new tools affecting ourselves. So Tracy is right. I think there are a few things we're actually making a lot of different thinkings and some of the new initiatives. First of all, we're probably among a few companies in China still very open and even increasing the campus recruiting and the focus on the younger talents. And number two, recently, we also tasked the senior people not only look at the current reporting structure, but also in the real mentor relationship with the younger growing piece of the human capital in a company. But more importantly, I think is really about giving people more autonomy to work in a company. So more trust and more autonomy, and give them more real work. And there's one concept called a one-person company, right? So we are very happy to working with one-person company because they actually use our AI tool very nicely, and they're willing to pay a lot of revenue to our products, given the quality. However, within the company, we also encourage people to be the one-person team, so they can actually use the agents to work on a lot of internal tasks.